Hey, welcome to Happiness Bar, where my goal is to share cocktails, content, and happiness. And today, we are making a shaken whiskey cocktail. It's winter time. This cocktail is gonna scream winter flavors. We got some great things like blood orange going on, cranberry, cinnamon. We're using rye, we're using brown sugar. This cocktail is full of those winter seasonal flavors. Hey, and this is a recipe I got from your mom. It's called your mom's cranberry sauce recipe. All right, so the build for your mom's cranberry sauce recipe is 1.5 ounces of cinnamon infused rye, 1/2 ounce of Meletti Amaro, 3/4 ounce lemon juice, 3/4 ounce cranberry brown sugar blood orange syrup, 2 dashes of Angostura Bitters. That's shaken, that's double strained, that's served over ice. We're gonna garnish that with a dried blood orange wheel, and we're gonna top it off with a ton of Angostura Bitters. All right, so all that being said, we got a little bit of prep to do. So let's go ahead and just jump right into the prep work. All right, so the tools you're gonna need for the prep. You're gonna need a mesh basket strainer. You're gonna need a cutting board. You're gonna need a knife. You're gonna need a citrus juicer. You're gonna need a measuring cup. You're gonna need a kitchen scale. You're gonna need a pot. You're gonna need a mixing bowl. You need a bar spoon or something to stir with. You're gonna need a muddler. And you're gonna need some sealable storage containers. For the prep work, the first thing we're gonna start with is infusing our cinnamon into our rye. First thing we're gonna need to grab is our measuring cup, and we're gonna need a sealable storage container. So the ratio at which we're gonna infuse is for every 250 milliliters of rye, we need 3 cinnamon sticks. So you can make as large or small of a batch as you want, depending on how many cocktails you wanna make. So for every 250 milliliter batch, you'll be able to get 5 cocktails out of. So make as large or small as a batch as you want. I'm gonna measure out 250 milliliters of rye. 250 milliliters of rye. Just gonna add that in to my sealable storage container. Boom. And then we're gonna grab 3 cinnamon sticks. And you're just gonna break them up in your hands and drop them down into the whiskey. Seal that bad boy up, stir it around, and you're gonna let that infuse for 2 days. Now, I got a batch I made 2 days ago, so it's ready for today. As you can see, the little bit of color difference, the rye definitely got darker from those cinnamon sticks sitting in there for 2 days. So let's open this bad boy up, strain it out, give it a little taste, and see what we're working with here. So I'm gonna grab another container. Ooh, definitely smell the cinnamon on the nose on that. And I'm just gonna grab a basket strainer, and we're gonna strain it out. All right, so our cinnamon is strained out. You can feel free to label and date this, although I would say the shelf life is, kind of infinite. There is no shelf life on it. It's whiskey just infused with cinnamon, so I wouldn't worry about having to toss this. You don't even have to refrigerate it, While I got it here, I'm just gonna give it a little taste to see how that cinnamon infused over 2 days. Yeah, that is straight cinnamon whiskey. In fact, you just add a little simple syrup to this and shake it up, and you got yourself some homemade Fireball right there. And way better than the actual fucking Fireball, that's for sure. All right, so we got our cinnamon whiskey made. Next step, we are going to make that cranberry brown sugar blood orange syrup. All right, so first things first, we are going to grab our bowl, we're gonna grab our kitchen scale, and we're gonna grab a container, place it on that scale, make sure you zero out that scale. And we wanna weigh out 150 grams of cranberries. All right, 150 grams of cranberries. Set that aside for a moment, grab another container, make sure that's still zeroed out, and we're gonna weigh out 250 grams of brown sugar. Now I'm using the dark brown sugar. I like it a little better. I like that little mapley note, a little more rich, a little more molasses forward than like the light brown sugar. I'm gonna try to open this up without having it fly everywhere. I'm having bad luck with sugar lately. All right, so 250 grams is what we're looking for. 250 grams of brown sugar. All right, so we're gonna add that brown sugar into our bowl. And then we're also gonna add our cranberries into that bowl. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna muddle these cranberries into the brown sugar until it starts to release its juices and oils and basically becomes a little paste. So we're kind of using the process that you would use for an oleo in a sense, where you muddle citrus rinds into sugar until it becomes the paste to make a syrup from the oils of the citrus. So I'm doing it with cranberries. So you just want to muddle away, pop all the cranberries into the sugar. Make sure you don't lose them. Now this process is a little bit tedious. It can get a little tiring, but I promise you the juice is worth the squeeze. Yeah, no. So we just continue to muddle and muddle and muddle. Promise you it'll take you a little time, but this will become more of a paste as these really explode and get pressed down. Button that up, man. Getting out of hand. Getting too sexy. All right. So we're getting there. You see it's starting to get a little pasty. Good news is it happens a lot quicker with cranberries than it does with citrus peels. We will have an oleo in this winter season. I know that. I'm not sure if it's before or after this episode, but I know for a fact I have a pomelo oleo I'll be doing, which is exciting. All right, see? That's what we're looking for right there. That paste, right? The sugar is all moistened by the cranberries. We are looking good. Grab my bar spoon and try to scrape that brown sugar. We don't want to waste any of it, right? All right. So we are done with the muddling. What we're gonna do is go ahead and add that in to our pot. Make sure you get it all. All right, and set this aside. The next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna cut and juice up our blood oranges, right? So that way we can get this syrup cooking. Let's grab our cutting board. Okay, we're gonna want our scale and we're gonna need a container to juice into. Also gonna need my knife. Now I'm looking for 250 grams of blood orange juice. So let's cut these bad boys open. Boom. This one's not the bloodiest looking. Let's see if I can get one that's prettier. No. Oh yeah. See? Love the blood oranges. Okay, so I got 3 right now. I'm gonna juice them and then I'll kind of see where I'm at as I go. Looking for 250 grams. Place that container on your scale, zero out that scale, and we're just gonna juice these bad boys by hand. And you can see the juice that comes out of them, man. Crazy. Get everything we can out of them. All right. Squeeze every bit out that we can get. Let's cut up our last ones here. All right, we got our 250 grams of blood orange juice. That was about 6 blood oranges, right? So if you go to the store, make sure you buy 7 so you have an extra one for garnish. So we're just gonna add the blood orange juice right into the pot. No straining necessary because we're gonna strain at the end to get the cranberries and stuff out. Go ahead and turn your burner on to a medium-high heat, and we're just gonna give this a stir to mix it all in nicely. And what we want is we wanna bring this up to just about a boil, let all that sugar dissolve, really let the cranberry infuse, then we're gonna turn it off the heat, let it cool down, strain it out. All right, now, while we're waiting on our syrup to cook, the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut and juice our lemons, right? So we have our citrus completely done. Grab them, cut them all up, grab some containers, grab my citrus juicer on this one. Just like always, pressing our lemons. Those are all pressed. Let's go ahead and double strain our lemon juice 1, 2 times. Grab yourself a lid, label and date that lemon juice. Remember guys, shelf life for lemon juice, good for 2 days, throw it out on the 3rd day. All right, our syrup is starting to come to a boil. I'm gonna turn it off the heat, give it a good stir, make sure everything is nice and incorporated. And we are looking good. All right, so while we're waiting for that to cool, let's grab one more container, let's label and date it. And guys, the shelf life on your cranberry brown sugar blood orange syrup, I would say up to a week refrigerated. I'm gonna grab my basket strainer. And once that's cooled down enough for you to handle, feel free to just strain it through your basket strainer. Just like so. I'm spilling a little bit. Get rid of those, make a little more room. All right, throw that lid on there. All right, so we got our cranberry brown sugar blood orange syrup done. You may want to do one last thing, and this is optional. I made these dried blood orange wheels for garnish, right? Makes the cocktail look pretty, they're tasty. If you want to do that, save one of your blood oranges, slice them up like wheels, 1/4 inch thick, place them out on a baking sheet, preheat your oven to 200 degrees, and you're gonna let those dry out in the oven for 4 hours. And then take them out, keep an eye on them, take them out, and this is what you'll be left with, Some nice blood orange wheels. They're pretty, they're tasty, they're gonna be a nice little garnish for this cocktail. All right, guys, that is it for the prep work today. Let's go ahead and start making your mom's cranberry sauce recipe. All right, so I got my cranberry brown sugar blood orange syrup right here in this cheater bottle, my lemon juice in this cheater bottle here. We got the cinnamon whiskey here, and we are ready to roll. This is a shaken cocktail. First thing we're gonna need is our shaker tin, and we're gonna need our jigger. We're also gonna need our glassware. So first things first, cheapest ingredients, most expensive ingredients. We're gonna go with our 2 dashes of Angostura Bitters, 3/4 ounce of our cranberry brown sugar blood orange syrup, 3/4 ounce lemon juice, 1/2 ounce of our Meletti Amaro, and 1.5 ounces of our Cinnamon Rye. Let's grab some ice. Ice up that shaker tin, fill that ice all the way to the top. Ice up your glassware, seal that bad boy up, and we're gonna shake for 12 seconds as always. Grab your Hawthorne strainer, grab your basket strainer. We're just gonna strain. Double strain that cocktail, as always. Nice body on the cocktail, nice froth. So to top her off, we're just gonna float a bunch of Angostura Bitters right on top, and we're gonna place one of our pretty little blood orange wheels right down in the cocktail. There you have it, guys. Your mom's cranberry sauce recipe. Let's taste it. The cinnamon from the Ango right on the nose. Garnish right down there. Huge cinnamon notes from that rye. A little bit of tartness from the cranberries. The blood orange, you definitely get that kind of orangey juice note going on, man. Tasty, so nice, so rich. Great balance of acid and sweet and spice. Really a wonderful, wonderful holiday cocktail, man. Have this at your holiday parties, at your dinners, at your hangouts, your families, friends, everyone, man, should enjoy this cocktail together. Truly a fantastic winter whiskey cocktail. Your mom's cranberry sauce recipe. That's it for today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed everything. Maybe you made it along with me. Maybe you wrote the recipe down and saved it for a later date. Either way, let me know how you're liking everything. And hey, become a regular somewhere. Become a regular at your local watering hole. It's the best way to support local business. Become a regular here at Happiness Bar by liking, commenting, subscribing. Hit that bell if you want notifications. We got cocktail videos coming out every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern to get you ready for the weekend. Stay happy, everyone.